Autobots, roll out!
Hey, this is James. Just decided to get back on here and do a little bit more talking. It's been a while since we've done a podcast. I've gotten busy, and I know a lot of the other guys. They might have gotten busy too, but I really depend on a lot of the other guys to help me out with this. And even though there's only like 5 of you who actually care about what some of us have to say, I still appreciate all of y'all's willingness to listen to it and comment from time to time. But we will start these things back up, hopefully within the next few months. But the biggest problem is I don't have... it's easy to organize everybody else when I have all the time in the world, when I have nothing going on. Unfortunately, I've had a lot of stuff going on, and I haven't had time to organize it. And everybody else has a life, so they don't have time to organize it. But I guess I should be thankful that I actually have a life aside from Transformers. I saw a picture the other day of a guy sitting on his couch. It was a TV, his Transformers, and his cat. And the caption said, "My life in one picture." And I kind of chuckled at that because that was my life a little while ago, except I had some Marvel and Star Wars Select or Star Wars Black in there, so my life was a little bit more varied. But lately I just haven't had a chance to put these podcasts together. But like I say, I do plan on doing them a little bit better. Hopefully I can get some better equipment, which will make things easier too. It's really hard to do a podcast with a 7-year-old computer. Boy, that makes it difficult. But anyway, it's Christmas time. I am wrapping up gifts. I'm about to wrap up a gift while I do this, so you'll hear some paper crackling like that. But while I do that, I'll just throw some thoughts out there on a couple things that I've been thinking about. The first thing I wanted to talk about was oversized KOs, like the Prime, and then I saw Megatron today, and there's some other oversized KOs out there. It makes me wonder, at what point does a toy get too big for us to have? Now, I do ask that, realizing that there is a 4-foot tall Ultra Magnus standing behind me. Thank you very much to Steve Martinez for that. I'm sorry for your loss, and that goes out to Paul Garza because you wanted it. But trust me, eventually I'll want to move this guy on, and you'll be first on the list. But aside from my 4-foot tall, unmoving Ultra Magnus, what is it about oversized KOs? At what point does a toy become too tall to fit on a shelf? I mean, yeah, it's kind of cool. It's like, okay, the Ultimetal Optimus Prime is just ridiculously big and ridiculously expensive, too. I guess that's the big thing about that one. Nobody's going to pay that much money, or a select few are going to pay that much money for that figure. But then if you can get a toy that size for half the cost, yeah, sure, why not? But again, I mean, for me, MP10 is perfect size. I don't need them any bigger. To each his own, right? That's basically what it boils down to. I can't criticize anybody else for wanting a oversized Optimus Prime that's going to stand, 2 feet tall for some of those things? I don't know. I realize I'm exaggerating, but whatever. I don't know. The only thing I've ever seen people say is, well, because it's bigger. Bigger's better. Well, yeah, I hope my future wife doesn't think that, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. I guess when it comes to some of the characters, like, would you want an oversized 2-foot tall G1 Bumblebee? Huh. That would actually be kind of cool. I don't know. It's just funny because it always seems like the KOs always get oversized. Why do they get oversized? Is there something about oversized toys that, like, the KO people figure they have to make it bigger and better? Is that their thought? And then we just fall in line because, ooh, it's a bigger toy. Yay! Anyway, that oversized Optimus Prime is pretty cool. I won't be buying it, though. the oversized Apollyon. Ooh, have fun buying that if you want. I'm sure they're going to try and improve on it, but no thanks. I'm not going to risk it. I'll spend that money elsewhere on another toy. There's plenty of stuff coming out that I could drop my money on. I still have a $200 bill coming up for Fans Toys Sludge, so I'm saving up for that. Speaking of saving up, man, having a girl and wanting to collect toys is no fun. I'm looking at all this money I'm saving for one reason or another for the dating purposes, and I keep thinking that's a lot of toy money. I don't know. Anyway, next thing I wanted to talk about, Combiner Wars winding down. You know, I know we've all been kind of down on the reuse of the molds, but I'm going to miss Combiner Wars when it's gone. And I think it's more nostalgia because, like, I never had a lot of the combiners. The only combiner I had growing up was Superion. So having a chance as an adult to go back and buy, like, better versions of the original and not spend a fortune, like $500 to $600 for a combiner, I'm going to kind of miss that. Did the toys kind of stink? Well, they did, in the fact that they reused the molds over and over and over. But, you know, I can't fault them for it. I mean, that's just the way it's always been, reusing toys. Which made me wonder, I don't know, I could look this up, but I'll look this up later. I'll ask the question. I was thinking the other day, was Blades the Protectobot, was he a reuse of Vortex from Bruticus, or vice versa? Anyway, yeah, I don't mind that they reuse the molds that much. Now that I look back, at the time it was making me mad. It's getting annoying. You know, you buy one toy for one combiner, you buy another toy which is the exact same toy, but you're buying it for a different combiner. It's really annoying at the time, but now that I stand back and I look at the combiners on my shelves, it doesn't bother me as much. And I think the biggest reason is because each combiner is an individual. The individual bots of the combiners, you set them down next to each other and you suddenly realize, well, that's the same toy. But once you put them on the bot, they become a completely different toy. And I think for me, that's how I'm able to get past thinking about it. I don't know. That's just, you know, like maybe that's how I justify it in my own mind. But I currently have Swindle and I have Brawl. I don't have Onslaught or Vortex or crud. I can't think of the other guy's name right now. I need to go pick those guys up. But honestly, for some reason, I'm just not in a hurry to pick those guys up. I'll probably grab them from Eddie sooner rather than later. If he has them. If not, then I'll see what I can do. Maybe I'll beg y'all to keep an eye out for me in the store. But we'll see. But yeah, I'm going to miss Combiner Wars. The whole Titan thing, that will be really cool. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with that. But I'm going to kind of miss the combiner toys. Because, you know, when you buy one combiner toy, you got to buy them all. And that's the fun of it, for me at least. But, okay, I'm going to talk about tracks real quick, and then I'll wrap this up. Yeah, man. I really love that the car mode of tracks. I love the Corvette. I love that old 80s Corvette look with that gigantic front end and the rear window. Just, you know, the whole shape, that whole car is just so sexy looking. And to have it in the toy form in that beautiful color with that beautiful paint job is great. I am not a fan of the head being visible through the window. We could have darkened the window. We could have tinted it. We could have done something with it. But, you know, it is what it is. Robot mode? Even the transformation just seems kind of plain for me, you know? Like his shins. His shins basically just swivel around. There's no transformation to his shins. There's very little transformations to his leg. Which reminds me, there's apparently a flap that folds down to hide the hovering ankle joint. I need to look for that. I'll do that later. But, you know, with Sideswipe, with the Fair Lady Z's, man, I could transform those. I could play with them. I could mess with them. I could kind of do the same thing with Wheeljack, but he always scared me with the little wings coming out of sides. I was kind of afraid to break Wheeljack, but he was still a fun toy to transform back and forth and mess with, to pose. Yeah, he was fun to play with. All of those guys were fun to play with. Trax, just kind of, I don't know, kind of prissy. It's kind of like I want to pose him, but he just doesn't feel like he poses well. And let me rephrase that. Poses well, yes, he can do that. But getting him in those positions, to me, is what I find annoying. I just think that playing with him is not as smooth and buttery as it is some of the other MPs. But I don't know. If the rumors are true, which I'm sure at this point we can confirm yes or no, but I keep hearing podcasters say that they're not sure if it's true or not. But if the rumors are true that somebody has taken over and is currently working on the new line, which I believe, then, maybe that person can get better. They've already had experience, hopefully. But I like Trax. I really do. And I'm still going to get Road Rage, but I'm not looking forward to Road Rage. I'm still going to buy it for just reasons, but I'm not looking forward to it as much as I was the other guys. Like, I don't mind having Tiger Track. Tiger Track's pretty cool, but again, it's a great mold. It's a fun mold to mess with. I have the Sideswipe mold 3 times over. I got Tiger Tracks, I got Sideswipe, I got G2, and I still do eventually want to get Red Alert. But it's a good mold. I don't mind doing that. Same thing with the Fairlady Z. That's such a good mold to mess with. But Trax, it's kind of a disappointment. I was really looking forward to it. But that being said, I also wonder if my desire to continue collecting is as strong as it was a year ago. Time changes, you change, we all change. And how does that affect my desire to continue collecting? I don't know. These are things I've thought about. Does my desire to collect have a direct impact on what I think of the toys that I buy at the moment? Do I get as excited about an MP figure as I did 2 years ago? 2 years ago, I would flip out over an MP figure. Yeah, this is awesome. But I have so many of them now that maybe it's just become kind of mainstream for me to get excited over this. I don't know. Just my thoughts. Again, I do want to fire these back up. It's just going to take a while for all of us to get our ducks in a row and get that happening again. In the meantime, I haven't touched the gift I was going to wrap. But I need to get started on that. But hey, I hope you'll have a good Christmas. Again, I love being part of this group. It's so fun. Even when we have struggles and we disagree about stuff, and it's nice to be able to see, especially given certain circumstances, it's nice to be able to see us step up. And even though we have different views, feelings, and opinions on even though we have different views, opinions, and feelings with other members of the group, when somebody starts getting attacked and attitude starts getting thrown around, it's nice to see that as a collective group of Transformers, we can come together and say, you know what? This is all fun and games. There's no reason to be a jerk to each other, so we're going to take action. It's nice to see that things like that happen. So, the other reason why I wanted to do this is because I'm playing with my Blue Yeti microphone. I love this microphone. It's so cool. I'm going to get my guitar out after this and record some music, some bad guitar music, because I'm not that good. I just enjoy doing it for the fun of it. But I'm going to record some anyway because I spent money on this microphone as opposed to buying a toy, so I better make use of it, right? If Probably get more use out of the mic than I will a toy, let's be honest. But nevertheless, this thing's so shiny. It's actually chrome too. That's what's best about it. It's got more chrome than some of my toys. Not the Hasbro toys though. A lot of those have chrome nowadays. But anyway, guys, y'all have a good Christmas. I hope you get everything you want for Christmas. And yeah, peace out. I'll talk to you later.
Roll out.